Jay here for Stretford, Paddock, standing in for Adam McCullough, and this is 7 reasons why Manchester United defeated Newcastle United 3-1 at Old Trafford in the Premier League. Number 1, Dan James. Now listen, Dan James has had a lot of stick over the past couple of seasons from Manchester United fans and even from some fans that aren't Manchester United fans. He had a great start to his United career, scoring a couple of goals, some very good goals at Old Trafford especially. But then in fact, I think they were both all at Old Trafford, weren't they? Anyway, he scored some good goals for Manchester United. Then things sort of tailed off for him. Then he had a good performance at the Etihad. Who can forget that one in the Premier League where we won? And then things didn't quite go according to plan for him towards the end of the season. But you felt there was a player there. This season, he had a good game against Leeds. An okay-ish one maybe after that against Leicester, was it? It's not been a great season for him, but he deserves credit where it's due, and he played very well against Real Sociedad, and he's followed that up with another good performance against Newcastle. Got his goal, caused him all sorts of problems, especially in the second half, and also never stopped working. It's not all just about work. You have to do a bit more than that, but he showed a lot of quality on the ball as well, and I think that Dan James may still have a future at Manchester United. He's not going to be a starter, I don't think, for many years to come, but I think as a very good squad player, he could have that in him, and today he showed it with some very good passes, some very good skills, and a good goal. Well done, Dan James. Let's hope we'll see some more from you. So he's one of the reasons that Manchester United beat Newcastle. If I remember which team we were playing, he's one of the reasons why United beat Newcastle 3-1. The second reason, number 2, why Manchester United beat Newcastle in the Premier League was because of Marcus Rashford. Thought Marcus Rashford on the left-hand side, where we like to see him, played very well and caused Newcastle all sorts of problems. In the first half, he took his goal very well. He had a lot to do when he picked up the ball, but he showed some great skill to beat his men and to get that shot in as well. Okay, maybe the keeper should have done better on his near post, but it was a great finish and a good bit of skill. And he also had a hand, well, he didn't just have a hand in it, he won us the penalty as well. He won Manchester United the penalty to help seal the win. It was a great all-round performance from Marcus Rashford. There was still a couple of times when it didn't quite happen for him, but as long as Marcus Rashford is trying to make things happen and some of those things are coming off, then I'll be happy with that, and so should Manchester United fans, I think, because he was effective, and that's what Marcus Rashford has been this season. He's been very effective. I think he's got, was it 18 goals and 10 assists, something like that, something crazy for a player that's often sort of questioned for his performances, but I think you can't argue with his stats. He's an effective, productive player, and we saw the best of Marcus Rashford today, and I hope we see more of it, because him on the left-hand side, cutting in, causing problems, is what we want to see. In fact, I say we see the best, but I think there's other levels to go from Marcus Rashford, but he had a very good game, and he was one of the reasons why Manchester United emerged 3-1 winners. The third reason why Manchester United beat Newcastle 3-1 is we got a grip in midfield. Far too often this season, we've lost the midfield battle. We've gone, I won't say we've gone missing, but we've seemed to be second best in midfield, second to some of the balls in midfield, not winning all our tackles. But today we got a foothold in that midfield and got a real grip of it. I thought Nemanja Matic had a very good game. I thought Bruno Fernandes, as always, even though it wasn't his greatest game, he still played very well. And I thought Fred, despite being a bit Fredish, if that's the word, is it? I think you know what I mean. He still had some good moments as well. So it was a good all-round midfield performance, and we managed to sort of boss the midfield, get a grip of it, and helps us on our way to a 3-1 win over the Geordies. The fourth reason why Manchester United were able to beat Newcastle 3-1 was defensively. After what was a bit of a shaky start, we kind of got our act together. We had a bit of a defensive rejuvenation, if you want to call it. That's a bit grandiose, I know, but, you know, forgive me. There was still some frailties, and we saw that, especially in the first half. How many times were we going to let that same sort of passage of play happen, that same ball over to the back happen before we acted upon it? We didn't act upon it until after Saint-Maximin got his goal. But we seemed to learn from that. We seemed to show a little bit more resolve, and we sort of kept Newcastle at bay. And as the game went on, you became more and more confident that the defence could keep Newcastle's goals down to just the one. So listen, not perfectly defensively, if I get my words out, by any stretch of the imagination, but it was much better as the game went on. And if we can just iron out some of these issues we have defensively, then we'll have a real shot at some silverware this season. The fifth reason why Manchester United beat Newcastle 3-1 in the Premier League at Old Trafford was Bruno Fernandes. I've got nothing to add. The sixth reason, I was going to use my hands, so I'm going to do it? Yeah, go on, why not? The sixth reason we won 3-1 against Newcastle was because of possession. We kept the ball well. We had over 70% possession, and it's not all about possession. If it was, Louis van Gaal would have been the greatest manager in the history of association football. You need to do more than just keep hold of the ball. You need to do things with it, and we did that. We kept hold of the ball very well. We kept Newcastle, after an initial sort of shaky first half, at bay, and when we had the ball, we moved it around nicely, and we created some chances, created some goals, and emerged 3-1 winners because we kept hold of that ball, made it very difficult for Newcastle to get hold of it. And that's a big plus point in this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team. We've seen a lot of it mixing up this season. Yes, there's still issues there, and we're not claiming there isn't, but one of the reasons that Manchester United have been able to get some better results and find themselves second in the table is that we're not just a counter-attacking team. We're a team that can press, we're a team that can keep hold of the ball. He seems to be able to adapt a little bit more on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's still some way to go, but today we saw us keeping the ball nicely and doing things with it when we had it, and that's one of the reasons we won. The seventh reason why Manchester United emerged 3-1 winners over Newcastle in the Premier League at Old Trafford was because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knew when to twist and when to stick. He got his subs pretty much spot on. After the first half, a lot of people were saying, come on, we've got to change this. We've got to do something differently. Maybe you need to take Dan James off at half-time. Maybe you need to move Marcus around. Maybe you need to do something, just anything, a little bit differently tactically. Let's see a change of personnel. Let's see maybe Juan Mata come on. Let's see Mason Greenwood come on. Let's see something happen. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he waited, and he got it right when he waited, and he got it right with who he brought on and when he brought them on. You can't fault a manager that goes in at half-time 1-0 and emerges at full-time 3-1, who has made some changes. He brought off Anthony Martial and he brought on Mason Greenwood. He did it at the right time, and he also was able, as we all wanted to see, give Shola Shota a debut. We wanted to see that, and it happened because we had the game put to bed by that time. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer deserves credit where it's due for getting his substitutions right. Now, I've been a critic of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the past for his in-game management. I think at times he can wait too long to make substitutions. At times he can make the wrong substitutions. But credit was where it's due. He got it right today. He stuck and he twisted at the right time, and that is why, or one of the reasons why, Manchester United emerged winners and took all 3 points from Steve Bruce's Newcastle at Old Trafford. This has been 7 reasons why Manchester United beat Newcastle. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe to Stretford Paddock. I've been Jay. Thanks for watching.